line. Reinhardt just kind of having a free will to walk forward, and oh my god, this Genji is absolutely popping off.
Sure, you need these picks, you need to go in here. The Dooley's gonna quickly and swiftly dodge roll to take down that Nautilus here, securing the top here. Not quite gonna get this pick right here, but you're gonna take down the reflex. Low board into the level 3! Oh my god! Yo!
Oh, he's done for. He is done for.
And we are live here with some WSSEA Splatoon 3 semifinals action. We got Lake Stevens against South Ridge today. My name is Spicy and I'm joined on the mic by Neptune. How are we doing?
I'm doing great. You know, we have been through and through from the start of the season to the end of the season here, and we are coming up to the climax here, and we're just literally almost at the peak of the mountain here with semifinals. Lake Stevens versus Southridge here is going to be quite the matchup, as two of these three teams were tied for first place at the end of the regular season with a 7-1 record, Spicy.
Yes, 7-1 records, and this matchup in the regular season went to Game 5, a winner-take-all game pretty early on in the regular season. In that matchup, I think it was South Ridge who beat Lake Stevens in that pivotal Game 5, but here we are. This is now playoff action. These teams have a lot of experience to build off now, definitely made some adjustments. Anyone's guess on who's going to be winning it today?
Oh yeah, for sure. And a little bit of history here. We got this from the higher-ups here. Lake Stevens and Southridge are two of the older, more established teams in WSSEA at this point. They've bumped into each other in various playoffs in the past, particularly Smash Ultimate. So that is great to see that rivalry still standing and bringing it forth with Splatoon 3, another team-based game here. So I'm curious to see how this rivalry will end, who will come out on top. It's going to be a battle of the ages, Spicy.
For sure, and it's like another chapter in that rivalry, as we were talking about. I'm pretty sure we're starting off with the week 2 map rotation or mode rotation. So we're starting off with Rainmaker in Game 1, going to Museum for it as well.
Yeah, Museum is quite an interesting Rainmaker map, as someone who has seen a lot of Splatoon action, right? The interesting part about Museum, right, are the spinners, right, both on your platform and the middle of the map right there. And your goal is to get that Rainmaker past these spinners, so you're going to have to get those numbers advantage. You need to get those specials ready and rocking and rolling to get it through here. But are there any particular players that stand out to you today, Spicy, that you want to call out or you keep an eye out for?
And we always will go back to Puddle's Love over on Lake Stevens. I remember saying that name multiple times then whenever they're on stream, because they have been absolutely insane. Lake Stevens as a whole is a team with a lot of great players. Ruby's very solid. The Battler is also really good. There's a lot of great coordination from the side of Lake Stevens, which I really want to highlight going into Rainmaker as well, because I think that's going to be pivotal for them. South Ridge, though, that's another team which is like, gee, you cannot underestimate anyone on here. Remember seeing Poyo do some great things in the regular season. Pixelite's been strong. Vale's been good. Fosima's been good. Really, all these players are good. That's what makes this set so exciting. You know, they're evenly matched. They went to Game 5 in the regular season. They're in semifinals now. I think it's just going to come down to whoever's better today is just going to be the team with a slight advantage.
Honestly, I couldn't have said it better myself. Just whoever takes, like, the biggest advantage of, whether it be like through a special or just like a numbers advantage, right? Any sort of inch, one of these teams is going to take a mile and perhaps swing the game here. But something I learned about Rainmaker recently, right? Or not like recently, but just kind of came to a realization of, is all it comes down to is that final score at the end there. So, and can you hold on to it at that? So any number of pushes, right, can work at the end, as long as you have your push further than the other, right? Then that's going to be a deciding factor at the end of the day. But hey, game number 1 here, Spicy. I am excited. Lake Stephen High School, game 1, Rainmaker Museum. What's standing out to you?
Well, these are some interesting comps here, and I love the diversity we have. I really want to highlight Southridge, who are bringing a comp we saw earlier this week when you have the Hydra Splatling, I believe that is Snail, who's been so good on that this entire season, just has so much control. And in Rainmaker, a mode where it's just dictated by speed. It's so interesting to see a Hydra pull it out here, because what sacrifices in terms of that speed, it makes up for having some great range. But now you're seeing Lake Stevens or Southridge now actually trying to just do what they can here with that tactical, or trying to see what they're going to be able to do now that having that Rainmaker already trying to make a push here, having some specials online too, as they're already making a great push over at this point. Are they going to be able to break the check?
Oh my goodness, breaking the check here, hardly a minute in here. You already see Southridge just looking really strong at this point. They know how to take advantage, they know where to get picks here, and there's just so many moments. Oh, the auto bomb. Wait, was that the auto bomb? Yes, that was an auto bomb coming from Amnesiac here with the Wellspring here. A really solid Rainmaker pick as well. It's not as bulky as the Hydra Splatling, but hey, it has a lot of object damage and just ability to paint around and also throw bombs out and just threaten space here. But now it's going to be Lake Stevens' time to try and push through.
Yeah, I realize this now as well. You see Woomies there with that 52 get holding on to the Rainmaker and just trying to push up forward. Snail also offering some great coverage there too. And now it's basically a tied game at this point here. Hammer starting to come in now, trying to break that bubble, trying to get anything else going, but they get splattered out in the process. Poyo with the Octo Brush there, just doing so well, but they get shut down in the process there. And now this game is gotten super close. Multiple members going down now, and the lead is going to change as well here, and it's not going to be a big push, but at this point that's a lead, and that's really all that matters at this point.
Yeah, exactly. If that is going to be the final mark, which I doubt it will, there's still going to be some scrapping here, but Poyo getting a huge double right there. The Cooler is going to be back out here and giving them quick respawns here. They're going to be back in action here. You see the ends up there, like 5 seconds ago, they are already back and trying to trade you out, and that wipeout here is going to stop that Rainmaker from going any further, ending the push at 43.
Yeah, and that's a pivotal push there that would have been now. But you see the comeback potential here, actually. Lake Stevens now has the opportunity to take the lead now. You're trying to see what they're going to be able to do here. Now you see the Rainmaker push, and there it's only the Hydra up. That is the only member up now from Southridge. Snail is just trying to stay alive, trying to play some great defense, firing off some extra shots. The order shot's going to be coming out as well, too. And the Hydra gets picked off by the Rainmaker. What an insane play, but the Rainmaker is the only one up alive at this point, and they are going to be shut down in mid.
Oh my goodness, Lake Stevens just absolutely just came out swinging really strong real quick. Every single situation, just they've come out on top here and have the perfect defense, especially with that Octobuck giving openings. But it's going to be Puddles here once again with the end zap. You're getting these crucial picks, making sure to take space. Exactly, we love to see aggro zap right here, getting these jumps, getting that Hydra Splatling out of position. You got the Cooler now. Now it's your turn to play the game here, Southridge.
Well, and now it's their chance here to potentially make something happen. Puddle's just trying to fire some extra shots, get some extra paints here, and trying to just get some sense of control before making a push now. It's going to be critical for them trying to get something. The Rainmaker is going to reset less than 90 seconds in the game. Snail now respawn Punisher once again coming into effect as well. Every time they get a pick onto an enemy, they're able to just put some pretty much extra damage, just forcing it longer times to get back into the game. But here we are approaching this final minute, and it's still a very close game.
Oh yeah, it can still be anyone's game right here. Yeah, you have it past 43, but I wouldn't call that just a game-winning push. That's still something, like, we can do better right here. But generally speaking here, you're holding your ground here if you are Lake Stevens, but it's not going to be enough when the members of Southward wipe you out and have the Rainmaker in their hands. Let's see if they can turn it around, Spicy.
Yeah, it's a matter of seeing what's going to be happening here, because Rainmaker, it all comes down to this last push here. You're now going to witness an opportunity to see if they're going to be able to take this comeback, and it's not going to happen at this point here. You see Snail once again holding on with such a phenomenal defense here. Southbridge just having an opportunity to just make something happen. Booyah Bomb's going to be in play soon as well. Last 20 seconds to go. If they hold here, they can win this game just outright. And that Booyah Bomb's going to be getting a pick. Woomies is now just trying to stay alive here, not trying to trigger an overtime situation. You see them backing up here, just trying to stay alive because they know if they just hold it on for the last 5 seconds, that's going to be enough. And this huge backup should look like it's going to be working. But yeah, that pick isn't going to be in time. And that is going to be the first game.
That is going to be the first game indeed. Just, oh my goodness. Just, I was on the edge of my seat and it's already game one. The Rainmaker scores are pretty close indeed. And it's just a little bit of that edge given to Lake Stevens right there with that Octo Brush, getting those crucial picks, allowing them to move that Rainmaker up just slightly more forward than Southridge there, Spicy.
Yeah, and that's actually the case there. So I just realized now that Southridge was the team that won that game because the colors were just messed up a little second. I was like thinking like, Snail.
Right,
I'm pretty sure that was Southridge Puddles. I'm like, it's Lake Stevens. It's like, yeah, it happens sometimes. That is completely okay. But what a game though. That's only the first game too. So it's like, sure, advantage Southridge for now, but that could change very quickly going into game two. But before we go into that next game, I feel like there's always some people we got to shout out beforehand.
Oh yeah, for sure. And our first sponsor shout out for today is going to be Zotac. We want to give a huge shout out to Zotac Gaming for powering today's stream. Thanks to their incredible support, we were able to bring this broadcast to all of you, helping showcase the amazing talent in Scholastic Esports. That last game was definitely indicative of that. Let's show our appreciation for Zotac Gaming by giving them a shout out on social media. Make sure to join their community on Discord, and don't forget to use the hashtag powered by Zotac or hashtag ZotacUSA when you post here. Talk about power. Just wow.
Yeah, Zotac's always been consistent in his providing great support here for WSSEA, for LANFest as well. And just shout out to LANFest. Might as well transition right into that one for building healthy communities through gaming. 20 chapters across the U.S., over 150 events a year. Go to LANFest.com. Check out the Washington chapters, Infernoland, Emerald City, LANFest. We got 2 sponsors that are just really great already here. And we have 2 teams now going into this game too. This one's going to be exciting.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not exactly sure the mode here, but something that interesting about WSSEA's counterpick rules, right, is the mode is set, right? So whatever mode it is going to be next here, it wasn't the teams deciding that here, but they get to choose the map from a map pool as well. So it's really interesting to see that dynamic here. It's just like really figuring out what's your strongest map on a particular mode and what can you do to potentially counterpick a team, because you have a lot of strong options from they just have weapons that just are very versatile and flexible that can be working in any situation. So how exactly would you counter that if you're like Stevens?
That's a great question here also. I believe we're actually going into splat zones here for game 2. And I'm thinking about the Lake Stevens options, and there was a lot of like close range shooting, fast shooting ropes. And we're going to ship shape here for splat zones, and interesting selections here. Liking the Jet Squelcher as well coming out. Southridge rocking the same comp, but you see the Custom Blaster as well as the Jet Squelcher coming in now from the side of Lake Stevens. Actually going into tower control.
Oh, tower control here. Okay, you know what? Tower control, I see this right here. You know, an opportunity to have a blaster on tower control to just prevent anyone from being able to ride it for extended periods of time right here. And something I think I'm noticing with the particular build that Puddles is using on the blaster right here, there's quite a bit of sub power up to keep that Octobrush mark, not giving them opportunities to be able to push up here as well. Wait a sec. What is going on here, Spicy? Is this... do they need to end the game? Do they need to end the game? What is going on?
I'm wondering if that's the case here, because you see quite a few of Southridge is not pushed up at this point here. If Lake Stevens is going to either just knock the game out or they're going to reset the game, you do see quite a few players of Southridge up in spawn still. So I'm wondering, yeah, okay, battle did end. I was going to say, I believe we're using the week 2 map list, or week 2 rotation, which was Rainmaker and then Splat Zones, which is the only thing I guess which would be Splat Zones. But then it was tower control for ship shape, so could be wrong there. Yeah. We might be seeing a change in terms of map mode, or we might be going into splat zones ship shape, which I believe is still an option. I think we've seen it a few times here in WSSEA.
Yeah, ship shape is definitely like I like to call it the odd ones out zones map, because the zone is pretty far and pretty large here as well. It's one of the largest zones that's seen in competitive play nowadays for the Splatoon scene. So I'm curious to see if you're going to keep the comp here, if it's going to be still splat zones here, because I like the idea of what Puddles was cooking right there. Having Blaster for tower control is such a big thing, but I'm not sure if it's necessarily going to be the best call to action there for for a zone as big as ship shapes here, but we'll see how this ends up here, Spicy.
Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing. Like in terms of weapon selections, you know that Southridge is probably going to be rocking something really similar because they went to the same thing going into what was going to be game two. Like Stevens seems to have more pocket options now, which I think can be incredibly interesting, especially because you saw the Jet Squelcher already come out in for tower control, which Ink back could be really valuable. Really different modes here. You can some great counterplay. I feel like they could see there. You could also rock the custom Jet Squelcher. Offers that Inkstorm, offers some rain, which could be some great options here. Or maybe they'll see something completely different here and just throw everything up. It's actually going to be Splat Zone's Hagglefish instead now, instead of Ship Shape. So this is interesting. And you see the Arrow Spray also coming out, and I think saw the Sea Jet as well.
Okay, you know what? Lake Stevens gonna switch it up a little bit here. You know, you have a lot more powerful special. The Booyah Bomb being consistently output by the Arrow Spray. You have Rain from the Jet Sculpture being a consistent threat and range. Pressure right here as well. So let's see how they're gonna be able to make this work. Booyah did get recently buffed, so it is a bit bigger and it does expand faster as well. So that is gonna be quite interesting here. The first Booyah Bomb gonna come up online, but not that Octobrush already takes a member down here, Spicy.
Yeah, that Octobrush has been putting in so much work for Southridge. It's been so good, but look at that wipe! What a conversion here for Lake Stevens, playing beautifully off the Booyah Bomb. Again, now pushing up as well, really minimizing the amount of map control that Southridge has. You saw the Trizuka already putting in some great work, and you see that they were able to find the Octobrush there. Just great stuff here from the side of Lake Stevens to open up the game.
Especially great opening. The flip was script. Wait, the script was flipped. My goodness, I'm getting my words twisted up here because there's just so much action going on. Another trade for trade, blow for blow. The Booyah Bomb finds another unfortunate soul right now. And it's just going to be Snail alive, waiting for their teammates, hunkering down on their side of the spawn right here. You do get a full charge. You do have a Booyah yourself right here. You guys need to be able to outpaint an Arrow Spray, a shot, and a Jet Squelcher. That is a tall order, Spicy.
Yeah, and it's looking to be close now. The zone is being closely fought, but that Booyah Bomb coming in clutch. Once again, we're already in the single digits here. It's just Snail there up in the zone. They get taken down, though, and that's going to be game. That went from 100 to 0 fairly quickly, and Lake Stevens is able to equalize the set at 1 apiece.
100, 0 to 100, 100 to 0. That was absolutely beautiful from Lake Stevens right there. The right weapons were selected at the right moment right there, just to be able to keep that zone no matter what was thrown at it, because we did see that Booyah Bomb come out there right on zone, right on cue. Okay, let's start this push right here, and then I'll help support Paint right there with the Gal as well as the Octobrush pushing up, but it just wasn't enough. That Octobrush could not move up. They did not have that Paint because Lake Stevens was making sure there was no Paint to be taken for them.
Yeah, and like we alluded to it earlier before the set even started, but Lake Stevens' coordination has always been something that's been a beauty to watch here in WSSEA. Yep. And that like opening play, just to capture that zone, like that's legitimately one of the best plays I've seen this entire season here. And like just great stuff. And you saw how much they were able to like get through, how much they were able to capitalize on that advantage. And like sure, it took we had initially the wrong map and mode selected, but if you're Lake Stevens, that was like the best thing possible, honestly. Going into Splat Zone is doing exactly what they're able to do. Now that we're going into, I believe, tower control here for game 3, so anyone's guess here for what Southridge might be doing with the counter pick.
Yeah, anyone's guess right here, but we do have one more sponsor we do want to shout out here. We want to thank Seattle Built PCs for their continued support of WSSEA. Seattle Built PCs are custom PCs built from the trusted Excuse me, they're PC builders trusted by the pros. There we go. We got to make sure we correct that information right there. They've been building stuff since 2020, and they've created incredible lit rigs for world famous esports players, content creators with millions of fans, and even developers of your favorite games. So Seattle Built wants to work with you to create your perfect PC for your needs whenever you're ready. So if you're looking for custom built PCs by people who care, check out Seattle Built PCs at seattlebuilt.com.
Yeah, with holiday season coming up as well, I would imagine like this is a great time to be looking into a PC, whether for yourself or for a loved one friend. So definitely look into Seattle built PCs. If you're up in Washington, think that's have a lot of great options there. But like, geez, we're still into this set right now. It's tied at 1 apiece. This set it's been living up to the hype. It's been billed as advertised, and it's been great. And now we still have potentially 3 more games here. I have a feeling this one could go all the way.
Oh, yeah. It could go all the way. In the past, it did go all the way to Game 3 with Southridge taking it at the very end there. But there's something I want to mention, just like the fact that this is a rematch, essentially, right? A Game 5 rematch, right? So I want to emphasize the fact that, like, there was a time gap, right, between when these teams fought each other to the present, which now they're confronting each other. So the cards have been shown. They know their strategies. They know how each other's going to play. Now it's just a matter of, can we one-up each other, right? You got to find these little small openings that they're giving and just take advantage of that. And we are going to be getting into that game right now. So let's see if a future season development here. But wait a sec. Is this Tower Control Undertow here?
Yeah, Tower Control Undertow, and you see that Lake Stevens brought out the comp that they brought out initially in that game too, and then Southridge is still rocking the exact same comp here. You can still see there's a lot of confidence here on Southridge with the group that they have. They know exactly what they want to do, how they want to approach this. Lake Stevens also seems to have a great idea of what they want to do. Their game plan has been pretty cemented early on here. You were seeing the Octo Brush right.
Checkpoint down is already pretty nice here. Now you get to create your own snowball. You do get more special passively given to you as the tower is being written, but hey, 2 members of Southridge are going to go down. It's just going to be Woomies left alive here, but no, unfortunately going to get picked out. A wipeout here from Lake Stevens' side here, so now it's their turn to ride this tower, clearing first checkpoint.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be able to clear that first checkpoint with some ease here, and they do so right there. And now it's a matter of seeing how much farther they're going to be able to take this. They have 2 specials online as well, and with only 1 member up from Southridge, it's looking good, and you see that Lake Stevens is really trying to put on a lot of pressure. There is no one near the tower here if you are Southridge, and that's the second checkpoint already gone now for Lake Stevens.
Oh my goodness, the second point is already gone right here. You just have your Octobrush and Hydra's on respawn right here. You're going for this tower, trying to create his Jet Vulture right here. You do shut them down before they can get the ink back off to secure that last checkpoint right there. So that is incredible defense on the side of Southridge right here. I don't think any of these teams should be counting it out, especially with these explosive pushes at hardly 2 minutes in here, Spicy.
Oh yeah, you know that Southridge is just 1 big play away from potentially looking for a big push, maybe trying to take the lead for themselves here. You see a Booyah Bomb coming out here, aimed right at the tower. It's not going to be able to connect onto anyone here, but a couple other specials online and in play. See members from both teams are down, basically just 1 apiece at this point of this game, and you're seeing Southridge trying to position towards the tower, seeing what they're going to be able to do. They have the tower in control once again as we start making another push here, trying to see how much farther they're going to be able to go. It's pretty much just puddles up at this point here for Lake Stevens, and now we're back here at this second checkpoint. The Southridge has a Booyah Bomb also ready in case of something to happen, and that's only 1 member up here from Lake Stevens, just amnesiac on that Jet Squelcher. Never mind, they're going to get taken down.
They're going down here. Everything's just collapsing on the side of Lake Stevens. The pressure is on, and Puddles is down. The Blaster, one of the most important key parts of keeping this tower under control and not moving too far, is down. And now you're just going to have to contest for Jet Sculpture right here. We just need to run out of the tower for just a few more bits here. You do manage to swap the lead here, but you want to go further. You want to get this checkpoint, but the Blaster's already here. You're not going to be able to do it if you're Southridge here, Spicy.
Yeah, Lake Stevens is able to stop the lead there, at least for a little bit. It's only 4 points now. Southridge throwing a Booyah Bomb early, trying to make It's difficult for Lake Stevens to get back into mid as tower starts to reset back into a neutral state. The ink back already in play now from Lake Stevens, really just trying to give them any position to make an early push. And there's the shot. It's not going to connect, but it is going to put a lot of pressure and really displace a lot of members here for Southridge. Multiple members of Lake Stevens are really starting to move up, and suddenly it's only one member up now for Southridge.
Oh my goodness, the members of Southridge are going down like flies. They need to be able to regroup for this defense right here. Bombs are being tossed to the tower. The ink back does come out a little preemptively here. Let's see if they can be able to use that defense here. So now the vac is over. The splashdown comes out, but it's going to be Woomies riding for this tower right here. Unfortunately, not going to be able to stop it. A wipeout occurs right here, and Lake Stevens is looking comfortably to ride this tower all the way to the end here, taking game number 3.
In a back and forth fashion that was, I honestly thought, like, during that one push where Lake Stevens got the lead, I was thinking, the adjustments they've made over the course of the season, they are ready. They know exactly what Southridge wants to do, and it looks like they're gonna do great. Then Southridge decides to make that comeback, take the lead for themselves, and then I'm like, okay, maybe Southridge is gonna prove me wrong here. And Lake Stevens like, nope. We did make those adjustments. And then at that last push, is able to take the game with that great wipe and now be up and only one game away from making it into finals.
One game away from making it into finals, but hey, Southridge is down but not out here. And I just gotta mention just the adjustments from Southridge there was just beautiful. They realized like, hey, this blaster is a problem, right? Let's get rid of them or put a lot of pressure of them to act. And once they're down, we can push this tower a little bit further. It's just a little bit of cold feet at the end there, a little bit of a panic situation where we had those 3v1s, essentially, I like to call them. We had essentially a desperation play from Woomies right there. When your back is against the wall, you're forced to try and make something happen right there. It just unfortunately did not happen. But we gotta just talk about just the fact that it was so back and forth spicy. Oh my goodness. Every time I see one special light up, another special lights up. And just every time a special interaction happens, someone is on the poor receiving end of it.
Yeah, and that's really just the name of how Splatoon gets played. Is the better you are, you start to see those interactions really start to pull through. Like, any decision you make, you open up your chance to get punished there. And that's the risk you take sometimes, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. But when it works and you make those risks, you make those great decisions, and then you reap the rewards here. And now as we are going into game 4, Clam Blitz, there's a lot of different ways I think I could see this going, especially from the side of Lake Stevens, who's been bringing different weapons to really, depending on the mode. I'm really curious to see what they're going to do trying to close this set out.
Yeah, for sure. Lake Stevens has quite a number of pocket weapons they are ready to bust out right there. We saw the blaster come out on tower control. We saw the shot come out on slat zones. We saw it with aerospray as well. I'm curious to see just exactly how they're going to be able to play Clam Blitz of all modes right here. Because when I think of Clam Blitz, maybe the only thing that really comes to mind is like a weapon you particularly want potentially is like Ink Brush or like Sploosh, a rat weapon, right? That can just run in and quickly and just create a lot of chaos and score clams accordingly. But I'm not sure any Lake Steven members play those weapons spicy.
Yeah, and on the counterpoint there, it's actually Southridge who has like the kind of rat weapon in a way with that Octo Brush. So in a way, if you just look at those comps initially, Southridge looks like they would have an advantage here. I don't remember what happened in the first set they played and who won on Clam Blitz, but it's could be interesting to see what options are going to be brought up from either team. Or maybe Southridge, season on the line here, they look to do a weapon swap. Now, like here, which with everything on the line, you never know here. You could see the wild card selection start to be made. Clam Blitz as well. I think this one might just end up coming down to the team play and the coordination.
Oh yeah, for sure. And something I just gotta talk about with Clam Blitz in particular, it requires a completely different set of skills and coordination with your team. If you ask a competitive player, right, what's the most skillful mode for a team to showcase their skills, they often point to Clam Blitz because you have to manage your clam economy. You need to build that power clam. You need to push together to be able to score clams and effectively keep that basket open as well. So it's just a lot of things to juggle, a lot at once that requires working together as a team to be able to get to the enemy's basket basket right there. It's a literal uphill battle into their own spawn as well. So I'm curious to see how this is all going to unfold, Spicy.
Yeah, and I'm also wondering, Southridge here, what is the map they're going to be selecting going into game 4? I know, like, in the past, we've seen some different maps get picked for Clan Blitz. I know Scorched Gorge has been pretty common here in WSSEA for Clan Blitz, so that you can see that Inkblot Art Academy has actually...
Yeah, definitely, like Southridge has got to be feeling a little bit of pressure, or at least sweating bullets a little bit. Just like, okay, this is our potentially our last game right here. We need to lock in. We need to figure out a way to one up Lake Stevens and what they're doing. They are punishing us for X, Y, and Z. So how can we fix that here going into this this game number 4 situation here? This one it could potentially make it to a game 5, but we'll see if Southridge can come out on top to make it so, or Lake Stevens can knock it out and take the set home.
And another weapon swap from Lake Stevens. Now Puddle's going on to the Tri-Slosher here, the Vanilla Tri-Slosher in particular, with repping the Inkjet as well. So interesting selections here, and Southridge once again having the same composition, knowing that it's gotten us this far in this season, might as well stick to what we know. And now it's a matter of saying who's developing those clam economies first. You watch that Octobrush on Southridge already having 6 clams and potential to get into a scoring position as well. They already have 8, making that power clam already built here. You see Lake Stevens have 2 members go down here, actually 2 members on both sides going down. Southridge still has a ball in play as somewhere, trying to make something happen here, and there's a wipe on the map as well. Just seeing what's going to happen. Woomies has the power clam though, going to see if they're going to be able to make a push in the future.
Oh yeah, for sure. You do have a power clam, but you're going to need more than just a power clam to be able to score. You need to get to the enemy's basket right now. And with this Jet 12 just being in place, tossing down this rank so much paint right now, it's being very difficult. And plus having the power clam is giving away your position here as well. So the other members of Lake Stevens is going to be able to hunt you down right now. Booyah Bomb just got proc right here. Poyo's looking for a point to push up here. I can't keep up with this, Spicy.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up here because there's so many things happening right now. The power clam on both sides of the game here, trying to see who's going to be able to make that first push, though. Because I think at this point, you see the great defense both these teams are playing. It's really difficult to navigate. As you see a duel here, as you see the Octobrush taking down Puddles on the judgment, and then finding a double, and that's going to turn into a wipe. Still has the power clam. They're trying to get all the way up to their this enemy basket. They are going to score as Southridge has opened up the game with the first points on the board, and it's going to be able to add a few more clams in as well.
Oh my goodness, an explosive push from Southridge right there. A huge triple coming in from Poyo right there, just immediately seeing that opportunity. Okay, I won out against the Inkjet. Let me zip over here and catch this Jet Culture off guard as well as their shot player, and you managed to get that advantage right now. However, Lake Stevens is going to take advantage of the wipeout they got earlier here as well, and just look for an opportunity to push forward here. Jet does get popped. You have one member left in mid right now, but you're going to have to fight Snail. He's pushing it down right here. You're forced it back out. The Jet gets a double right here, and now they're going to be able to push up you, Spicy.
Yeah, and you see Lake Stevens is about to respond, but they barely missed the basket there. The Trizuka finding the shot, though. But now it's a matter of saying, is the power clam going to be recovered in time? Or actually, it's not going to be enough as Southridge holds after all of that. What an insane sequence of events as Southridge now has a potential to maybe add on to their lead here.
Oh my goodness, I was on the edge of my seat before, but now I almost like fell off, honestly. Just how crazy that push was. You got the Pixar with the Inkjet, you had the power clam, the nerves came up to, but you missed it, and the power clam expires before you're able to score right there. It's got to be a little bit of a morale blow, but like, and they're still pushing at this. Another Jet gets popped, we still have another power clam on. Zuka's going to be online, and now it's just going to be the Octobrush coming back. Poyo making another clutch play here, Spicy.
Yeah, Poyo with that Octobrush is going to absolutely deny everything, and Lake Stevens once again is not going to be able to connect from long range here as Southridge has another sigh of relief as that another power clam from Lake Stevens is going to be out of play.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the nerves must be setting in if you're Lake Stevens here, you know. You're trying so desperately to score to get open this basket right here. You're getting the picks right here, but how often will we be able to defend right here, especially with 3 down here? Everyone knows what that Octobrush is.
Wipe.
but another wipeout does occur here. Spicy, how are they going to be able to respond to this?
Yeah, and now, okay, they are able to break the basket this time, but there's 1 minute left to go here. A few clams in play from Blake Stevens. It's a tied game now, but a tie isn't going to be enough here. They need to get one more clam into the basket in order to take the lead. Otherwise, the advantage goes slightly in Southridge's favor. As that's now, yeah, you see the clam go up to 63 now. Unfortunately for Blake Stevens, one clam away here, but 30 seconds to go. Still potentially something left to play for.
Oh yeah, definitely something left to play for. You do have another power here. The Inkjet is going to be coming up online soon.
Oh.
You just need the right opportunities, but hey, the whale gets pushed up here.
One more shot.
Wait!
Here we go again. One more clam again is going to be enough here. It's just Ganji here, but they get wiped out. That could be the dagger to do something here. The basket is going to close once again. Southridge has the opportunity to just send it to a deciding game 5 here. I don't think Blake Stevens has any more clams within the board, and that's maybe a game-ending wipe at the end as Poyo seals the deal. Southridge forces game 5.
I can't believe what I'm seeing right here. Multiple times, Blake Stevens, okay, make sure you're gonna get my T's here, right, had opportunity to score. This unfortunately missed the power climb. Okay, no big whoop, right? We can just collect ourselves. We're doing a really good job slaying Southridge right here. We're able to get wipeouts, multiple wipeouts against them, right? Yes. And we're able to open up the basket here. We tie the clam basket here, but we need that one clam. It doesn't happen. So you know what you do? You get another power clam to dunk that in, and then only to realize that's only tying the score once again, and that doesn't allow you to be able to surpass that. That is absolutely insane.
All the credit in the world goes to that Southridge defense in like the second half of that game, because like, sure, you can miss a shot the first time, as like Stevens did there, but there comes a point where you have to just make it difficult to actually get to the basket, and you really force Lake Stevens to kind of throw a panic shot, for lack of a better term, like towards the basket. So you saw them miss the basket, and it comes down to just great defense from Southridge, and then also so much shout outs to Poyo on the Octobrush. We talked about risks going into this game to fight the Inkjet in a 1v1 while on top of the stack. That is insane. And to not only capitalize on that, then get a wipe, and then your team scores. What an insane event. And we are going to game 5, and not only is it a game 5 to go into finals, we have turf war game 5. There's no chance of a knockout. You have to play all 3 minutes.
Oh my goodness, game 5 turf war. I have not seen this in a while. Maybe at some Nintendo tournaments, but just generally speaking, a final game for turf war decided all right here is going to be actually insane. As you said before, you need to play out all 3 minutes right here, and whoever has the most paint by the end of it is going to be moving on to our grand finals here, Spicy.
Yeah, and we've alluded to this at the beginning of the set with Rainmaker, where like the last push can kind of like make or break your game. In turf war, it's basically the exact same thing, but instead of the last push, it's like the last 30, the last 15 seconds, or even the last minute as a whole. There's likely going to be a team fight near the end of the game, and I have a feeling that the game is going to be close right before it, and that's going to be absolute cinema going into this set. I am so excited to go into this game 5.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is gonna be cinema. Grab your popcorn, grab your water. Make sure you are ready and sat down right here, because this game 5 is going to be for all the marbles. Whoever gets to move up to finals right here, it's going to be a game to decide it all. Mincemeat turf war, Spicy.
Mincemeat turf war to decide it all. You see, like Stevens, 3 shooters, Southridge, the same comp. It's been a crazy story here. Lake Stevens, a different comp each game pretty much. Southridge, the same comp each game. And you're watching now, both of these teams they're developing the resources by painting their own base early, just then going to be able to fight in mid, because they're likely going to have specials online. As you watch the overhead there, you already saw that the Octobrush is already in Zipcaster, and multiple specials from the side of Lake Stevens went online and are already in play. There's one Booyah Bomb from the side of South Ridge, but Lake Stevens has a Booyah Bomb of their own to start countering as well. The first 30 seconds of this game are absolutely electric already.
Oh my goodness, electric indeed. Just so many specials is being tossed left and right there. We saw the Octobus go for a very aggressive pick right here. Now, this is the advantages you have here. You have a lot of strong fighting guns right here, and the Whale cleaning up that fight right there. That is amazing teamwork right now. You just got to be able to keep hammering home the pressure right now. Lake Stevens comp is all built about having consistent paint right here. Meanwhile, South Ridge here has a lot of strong fighting weapons. So as long as they keep winning these fights and keep putting down the members of Lake Stevens, they got a shot at winning this turf war, especially with 2 down and a wipeout here, Spicy.
And a wipe in turf war is so painful to hear now, and South Ridge has free reign to just paint up as much of the face as possible. You see a danger sign start to come up here for Lake Stevens, indicating that they have quite a disadvantage to go through here, but that's only the first half of the game starting to be in the books here. As you see, those danger sign is already still on the board here from Lake Stevens. Still have been having a hard time to get back into mid, but if they're able to get back into mid, maybe get a few picks of their own with about 80 seconds left in this game, it's still anyone's story to tell.
Anyone's story to tell, indeed. And something I'm just noticing here right now is that Booyah Bomb is probably the most consistent displacement special you have against that Hydra.
Yes.
That Hydra is going to exist on top of top mid or on a truck right here. It's channeling down and shutting down any short-range weapon that is trying to push. They're tossing Booyah Bombs here as well. And them being set up right there is going to be causing a lot of pressure. And we're already in the last minute here, Spicy.
Yeah, 1 more minute to decide it all. Notice that South Ridge has a numbers advantage briefly, but they had a lot of their base left unpainted at this point here. Lake Stevens has a lot of painting prowess on this team. The Booyah Bomb comes up active once again. They get shut down after tossing it, but they were able to get it off at least here. 30 seconds to go, roughly. The danger sign comes up now as South Ridge holds control. They have the Booyah Bomb up, and now it's just the aerospray left online, but 20 seconds is still plenty of time here. It's a matter of seeing, does Lake Stevens have what's left in the tank to potentially swap the lead here with 15 seconds to go? You're watching the clock here. The rain is about to be online. I'm not sure if there's a Booyah Bomb also in play. You got to get a couple of picks here for Lake Stevens. South Ridge looking to just hold on though. They have 5 seconds to go, and I think that's going to be enough here as South Ridge punches their ticket into finals in a Game 5 thriller.
Poetry in motion. What can I say? Game 5 last time, another Game 5 with these other teams right here. Absolutely insane. The rivalries are strong, but Southridge is barely able to edge it out right here with their counter pick on Turf War Midspeed, playing that perfectly. Every instance Lake Stevens was trying to set up. You saw that Booyah Bomb that popped, right? Oh, this Booyah Bomb's gonna do great. Get shredded immediately. Oh, the Zipcaster's recalling. We have a Booyah Bomb of our own to cover the recall of the special, so it can't be punished. That was so beautiful.
That was insanity. Like the absolute, like the high level like metagaming almost there. Just the strategy starting to go in and really just like knowing like we will punish your special usage and with pretty much our own special, and kind of just absolutely negate it. And that's just phenomenal play there from South Ridge. Congratulations for them making all in the finals. But Lake Stevens, just an amazing season as well, coming so close to finals. You never know what's going to happen for them. The next time WSSEA has Splatoon 3, they might be the one making the finals in the future. You never know, but so far it looks like South Ridge is going to be in finals. And if I saw right, I think Central Kitsap has also clinched their ticket into finals as well. So have that matchup set for Tuesday.
Okay, yeah, finals are going to be on Tuesday. We have another page added to our little storybook here of WSSEA at Splatoon here. So yeah, this is the first time I believe WSSEA is hosting a high school Splatoon league here as well. And it's great to see these storylines that carry over from other games and the rivalries get built upon here, and it's just another chapter of beauty, Spicy. What else could I say?
It really is. This is why we play these games. This is why we commentate. It's why we spend so much time. We get invested there. You have those rivalries. You have like those great moments there, and that's really what makes like esports all worth it. And that was an absolutely amazing set. But the great thing is, That's not it for the entire season here. That's not even it for WSSEA this week. I believe we have Overwatch semifinals tomorrow, Street Fighter semifinals on Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, grand finals for WSSEA. It's going to be a phenomenal week, like the next week or so. It's just going to be amazing.
Oh yeah, next week's gonna be amazing. Action-packed, full of semifinals and finals action right here, all at WSSEA here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and make sure you drop a follow, as you do not want to miss any of this Splatoon, or no, not even just Splatoon, just any WSSEA action here, Spicy.
Oh yeah, but that is going to wrap it up for us on the mic today. Neptune, always a great pleasure casting with you. Where can the great people of the scene find you?
Well, you can find me in the collegiate scene of Splatoon, right, as well. I'm lurking over there, going to be helping produce some stuff over for that. We have 4 streams going on Saturday simultaneously for our circuit finals there, but that's going to be it for me here. Spicy, where can the fine people find you?
And also find me involved at the collegiate scene if you want to tune in this weekend. We got some great stuff there if you need some more Splatoon action. But you can also find me on different socials at 2SpicyBM, as seen in the bottom left corner of my screen, and streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/spicy_BM. But I can't believe we still have more WSSEA action coming up over the next few days. You want to stay tuned for that. Don't want to miss it, but for now, that's it for us here. Have a good day, everyone.
See ya.